I'm licensed to practice law only in the state of Georgia, and thus all of the discussion we're going to have about adoption law and procedure is based solely on Georgia law. The laws of your particular state may vary widely from Georgia. So these informative interviews are not to be used as a substitute for sound legal advice by a qualified adoption attorney, and are not to be construed as creating an attorney-client privilege or relationship solely based on these interviews.
Got a question for you.
Sure.
How does one find an agency that does adoptions in Georgia?
Well, when you're looking for an agency, you must be certain that they're licensed to place children with Georgia families. The internet is an awesome tool that has not been available very long in the grand scheme of things. And I also work with several adoption agencies who have a great placement ability, and I'm happy to give you some names.
What kind of costs do you face when doing an agency adoption?
Well, the law in Georgia will change September 1st, and that will probably even the playing field, so to speak, between private adoptions and agency adoptions. Up to now, agencies have been the only method by which a biological mom can get reimbursed for living expenses, utilities, groceries, transportation, cell phone in the event of a medical emergency, that sort of thing. And so those costs are rolled into the agency costs, and so their costs can vary widely as well. Most of the time they take care of the home study that is necessary, and also in other states the termination of the father's parental rights. You're looking at probably around $30,000.
So how long does it take to actually find a baby using an agency adoption?
Well, birth moms choose, and it's called a match. So if you and your wife were interested in adopting, say, a little boy, you would prepare kind of a profile of yourselves. A lot of folks get on Shutterfly and do a little book of themselves and their home and their dog and all that kind of stuff. And those can be used in order to show to birth moms, and they choose actually who's going to adopt their child, and that's an introductory package to present to the birth mother. The use of adoption facilitators to make that match in Georgia is illegal. So be careful who you work with.
So once a baby is born, how long does it take to finalize the adoption?
Well, it depends. And you're probably going to get very tired of hearing me say it depends. But it depends on several factors, whether or not the biological father is known, because sometimes the biological father is truly unknown to the mother. It depends on whether he can be found or whether he's willing to be found, to sign surrenders or whatnot. If it's an out-of-state adoption, some states have regulations that a certain amount of time must pass prior to finalization in order to find, to type all those loose ends. They may have post-placement reports due and that sort of thing.
How much are the attorney fees for an agency adoption?
Well, it varies with the amount of time I actually spend on a case. As I often tell folks, I don't sell shoes, I don't sell a product, I sell my time and my experience and my expertise. What I sell is the knowledge gained in over 20 years of finalizing adoptions in the state of Georgia.
How do you get a new birth certificate and social security number?
A new birth certificate is typically ordered with the clerk's office at the courthouse at time of finalization. Once you get the birth certificate, then you can apply for a new social security card. I often recommend that a new social security number be requested from the Social Security Administration as well. Identity theft is on the rise, as we all know.